lights. It's your boy Angelo's World. Welcome or welcome back to our world. Elvis, he touched their lives from December 23rd, 1980 by UK TV, or Elvis Presley UK TV and David Frost. Let's check it out. Smash that like button and let's go, you guys.
Behind me, as you can see, the pilgrims begin their sacred pilgrimage. But the shrine they seek is not Mecca or Mashhad, it's Memphis, Tennessee. And the object of their idolatry is not a centuries-old prophet, but Elvis Presley, who seems to be becoming more of a cult figure now, even than when he died 3 years ago. A private charter for the annual trip to America's Deep South for the 350 members of the Elvis Presley Fan Club of Great Britain, the beginning of a great adventure.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. In the next few moments, two of your tour escorts, Mo and Mercedes, will be coming along to collect a collection for you for a floral tribute that we're going to place in the Graceland grounds on the 16th of August. We don't want you to go overboard, just give $1 or $2. Thank you.
A gentle request, but the fans will find that where their idol is concerned, almost everything has a price. What is it about Elvis? What makes him so terrific?
Well, everything.
Have you guys did you guys have to do that? Give I don't know what you call it, a sharing or whatever that's crazy. I don't know.
To me, I think he's what every chap wants to look like in real life, and what every woman wants for a husband, I should imagine. I think that's what makes him, and you can think a lot about him and just feel great. You know, that is fantastic. It's a fantastic feeling.
Is this your first trip to
My very first trip. I couldn't afford it before, and I've waited for years and years and years for this, and this is my life. My life.
This is a pilgrimage for us every year, and we've already booked for next year.
Really?
Yes, we're in already.
Not Mecca or anything like that?
No, just to see Elvis's grave. Unfortunately, we've never seen him live, but he lives forever for us.
He rules my life. He rules my life. My life revolves around him then.
Unfortunately, my husband can't stand him. So he sent me off to Memphis and he went to Malta.
There's something about him. You can't put it into words. It's just a magic, if you like, yeah.
Physically he's dead, but I mean he proves this today by this pilgrimage here. I mean he's not dead. His music would never die. I mean he'll be bigger than Valentino ever was in 10, 20 years' time. He's a sort of man you could look up to.
You can't explain what Elvis was. Nobody can explain.
Who do you love the most, Elvis or your husband?
Oh, I can't, can I? I can't.
What would you like to do while you're on this trip? Do you have any ambitions?
I have a white Elvis suit that I had made in England, and I do a little bit of singing like Elvis. I'd like to sing, if possible, one song in Graceland's in the house of Elvis's.
What song would you choose?
I don't know. Maybe Wooden Heart.
Did they allow you guys in the house back then? This was 1980. So, and this, like you said, 3 years after he passed away. back then, did they allow you guys in the house and now they just up their security? I guess that's what you want to call it. Let me know.
How does that go? Can you do a bit?
Can't you see I love you? Please don't break my heart in two. For I'm not made of wood, and I don't have a wooden heart.
And if you say goodbye, then I know that I would cry. Maybe I would die, 'cause I don't have a wooden heart. There's no strings upon this love of mine. It was always you from the start. Sei mir gut, sei mir wie du wirklich sollst, wie du wirklich sollst, 'cause I don't have a word. Oh, ouch, oh, 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 oh. Are you lonesome tonight? Do you miss me tonight? Are you sorry we drifted apart?
In mid-flight, with 8 more hours to go, the weary fans dream fitfully of Elvis and the experience they've saved up for all year long.
When I kissed you and called you sweetheart. Do the chairs in your parlor?
Memphis International Airport. Evening. At last, the fans are stepping down onto the hallowed soil their idol once trod. Nearly 2/3 women, some married, many of them having grown up in the Elvis generation. Some even named their kids for him. All are devoted members of the fan club. Elvis's memory appealing beyond mere logic or comprehension. But now they're just happy to have arrived in Memphis.
Now the stage is bare, and I'm standing there with emptiness all around. And if he won't come back to me, then they can bring the curtain down.
In convoy to downtown Memphis, the city that 70 years ago saw the birth of the blues. For the 8 busloads of British fans, it's 18 hours and a world away from Gatwick. Straight out the next morning, in the heart of the cotton country, Memphis, a town the size of Sheffield, was Elvis's teenage home. It's the start of the pilgrimage.
Good morning, everybody. I'd like to introduce myself to you this morning. My name is Beth. I wish I could see everybody back there. We're going to start our tour today by showing you where Elvis Presley's family lived here in the downtown area. Now, all of you people know that the Presley family were very, very poor, but once you see the actual residences that the Presley family occupied, I think you will have a better understanding of why Elvis remained humble up until the very end.
A hungry little boy with a runny nose plays in the street as the cold wind blows in the ghetto.
Now, Elvis Presley was a poor Southern boy. He never forgot that either. That was one of the things that makes Elvis so dear to everyone's heart.
He learns how to steal and he learns how to fight in the ghetto.
drawing close to their first sight of an Elvis shrine. Sun Recording Studio, where I guess his loyal disciples would say that Elvis performed his first miracle. I don't know whether he'd go quite as far as that, but it's where he did his first two recordings. First of all, his first private recording, which was for his mother and was called My Happiness. And then his first commercial recording, which was called, appropriately enough, That's All Right, Mama.
This room right here where you're standing right now is where rock and roll was born. Can you feel the goose pimples? Yeah. Okay.
Born through a party in the county jail. The prison band was there, they began to wail. The band was jumping and the drum began to swing. You should have heard this knocked out jailbird sing that rock.
During his lifetime, Elvis starred in 33 films and sold a mind-boggling 1 billion single records. That's one for every 4 people on Earth. In the year after his death, sales suddenly exploded again by another 200 million, a pattern that's been repeated ever since. The alchemy of Elvis continues.
But I feel like that always happens with artists, like, especially like by people, again, it said by what, 200 million in 78, and I'm pretty sure some of them were people who didn't like Elvis like that. It could be, I mean, I could be wrong, but like some people don't get their flowers until they're gone, and that's not the case with Elvis. I mean, but I'm just saying, like, in general.
To turn black vinyl records to gold. In death, as in life, he's kept the cash registers ringing endlessly.
We're now going to circle around Baptist Hospital. This is the approximate route that the ambulance took. On August 16, 1977, a news bulletin flashed, and they told us that the king of rock and roll was actually dead. He was dead on arrival, by the way. This is sort of hard for me at this point, but this is where Elvis was brought, right here to the emergency room.
You've seen me coming. You'll see me go.
Out of the thousands of people I have talked to, 99% of them are just devoted to Elvis because of, in some way or the other, he touched their life, their heart, and they're devoted to him.
Elvis has touched their lives.
Touched their lives.
And touched their lives how, usually?
He had a special aura about him. Some people thought of him as a brother, some of them as a son, some of them as their lover. He meant so much to so many people. Of course, if you ever met Elvis, you'd understand.
You met him
several times.
And you felt that way?
Oh, the first time I ever met him, I just, you could feel the magnetism about Elvis. He had something that, it was like a magnet. When you were standing there, it reached out and it just sort of moved you somewhere or the other, and it was just something about him. I feel he had a special touch from God. From God, I really do. A poor country boy picked out of Tupelo, Mississippi. His first name, he's known by his first name in all parts of the world, even in the uncivilized parts of the world. He's known, Elvis.
And does it get you choked up? I noticed every time you go by the hospital, does it get you choked up, or was that once it got you choked up?
Well, it's the reason it's very emotional because, as you know, tomorrow is the third anniversary of Elvis's death, and on this tour that we're now doing, I realized that this time 3 years ago.
She said around this time, or tomorrow, their time would be the third year anniversary. So that means that this, I don't know why I'm saying this, but that means that this is August 15th, 1980. But they I guess because of the title, I guess, so they put this out, I guess they put this out everywhere, December 23rd, 1980, but they filmed it, August 15th, 1980. I don't know, but
Elvis was still alive. And when I look at all this, the hospital where he was brought, and all these points that I take people to, it really hurts me to know that I will never get to see Elvis in this life again.
Thousands of people milled around the gates of the singer's home, trying to push their way forward to get one last glimpse of his body.
The scenes outside Graceland after that lonely death, August 77.
For many, it was all just too much. Friends tried to comfort fans who'd waited 20 hours to pay their last respects. Even those on official duty were affected. The heat and emotion took a tremendous toll. Some people had to be taken to hospital as the temperatures got to over 90 degrees Fahrenheit. The police did their best to help those trapped in the crowd.
Need a medic down there? Okay, we need a medic. Need a medic down there. The family would like to spend some time.
Eyes still red with their tears at the shared emotion of Elvis's early death. The fans stay resolutely cheerful at the end of 8 hours of busing from shrine to shrine in a temperature of 105 degrees. Now they're on their way back to the hotel for an evening's entertainment devoted to Elvis. Being a fan is a 24 hours a day job. Only one kind of music serves for the faithful, Elvis. And Elvis costumes, and Elvis lookalikes, and even the kids get sent by Elvis the way their mothers did.
Okay, everybody, hands above your head.
Elvis songs are succeeded by Elvis games and an Elvis mime contest to boot.
We now go straight into our mastermind competition. Okay, Phil, you understand the rules?
Yes.
How many films has Elvis made?
33.
Correct. What part did Elvis play in the film G.I. Blues?
Pass.
Cause I know y'all, as soon as that question gonna be asked, you gonna be like, how didn't you know he talking about him who said pass? Y'all gonna probably pause it and be like, how didn't you know he played it? Cause I said a police officer. I'm pretty sure it was a police officer. If I remember correctly, seeing the scenes and stuff.
There's no one stereotype of an Elvis fan. Tom is a steel worker from the Rhonda, an Elvis groupie from the beginning. After 20 years, he still dresses Elvis, cuts his hair Elvis, speaks Elvis, and sometimes feels deep down inside that maybe he is Elvis. And despite appearances to the contrary, he's totally happy.
Heartbreak Hotel was recorded at Elvis's first recording session for RCA. What was the date of that session?
Right.
1956.
1956? Can you give us a month?
Pardon?
What month?
What month? Oh.
Bruh.
Pass.
I don't even know the month. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I don't know the month it went. I didn't even know that was his first recording session. I did not know he recorded that song on his first recording session. I thought it was like not too much later, but a little bit later, or at least in like sometime in the 60s, not 56.
In the opinion of the clapometer, the winner was David Fennessy.
The ritual climax of every evening. Last thing before going to bed, the fans sit hushed and absorb the song that says it all for them. With the pain or the memories, as you can see, etched in every face.
I've laughed and cried, I've had my fill, my share of losing, and now, as tears subside, I find it all so amusing.
This is gonna be my last time pausing it, but I want to be not really. I was gonna say I want to be vulnerable with you guys, but it's really not vulnerable. I want to ask you guys a question. How old were you on August 16th, 1977? And how did you feel? And how did you find out that Elvis passed away? And how did you feel when you heard that he passed away? Did I just ask the same question twice? So, how old were you in August of 77, and how did you feel when you heard that he passed away, and who told you that he passed away? If you heard it from somebody or heard it on the radio, or just let's talk about it in the comments.
I did all that, and may I say, not in a shy way, oh no, not me, I did it my way. For what is a man? What has he got? If not himself, then he has not to say the word.
The morning of the third anniversary of Elvis's death. The fans are up to buy flowers to carpet Elvis's graveside. Their tribute, $300 worth of roses and carnations sprayed red and shaped like a heavenly guitar. At the most solemn moment in the Elvis celebrations, the cash keeps rolling in. Even a memorial service is organized as a business venture and charges the fans, already spending millions of dollars every year in the city, $5 a head to get in.
So this morning, a memorial service, it's a tribute to Elvis Presley. It isn't a salute to death, but today, musically, a celebration to life. And we thank you for having come.
As a memorial service, it all seemed somewhat ersatz and manipulative. The music was distinctly mediocre, and the sentimentality shallow and calculated. But it was enough for the believers. When it was over, they returned to the Memphis sunshine, refreshed by it all. fans make their way to Graceland, Elvis's home and last resting place.
As I told you, Elvis purchased Graceland for $100,000 for his mother. He wanted her to have all the grandeur that Graceland offered. But unfortunately, Gladys, his mother, did not get to enjoy Graceland very long because early in 1958, Elvis was inducted into the armed forces. He was sent to Fort Hood, Texas for his basic training. And he packed up his daddy Vernon and his mother Gladys and took him out to Fort Hood, Texas and rented him a beautiful house out there. Now, who do you know other than Elvis Presley who would take his mother and daddy on basic training, huh?
That big eight-wheeler rolling down the track, and your true loving daddy ain't coming back. He's a rolling home. You were flying too high from one of those skies on moving home. But someday, baby, when you've had your play, you're gonna want your daddy, but your daddy will say, keep moving on. Keep rolling on. You were flying too high from one of those skies on moving home.
Sobering Army life changed your mind about rock and roll? Sobering Army life? No, it hasn't. It hasn't changed my mind because I was in tanks for a long time, you see. And they rock and roll quite a bit.
Today, across the way from the gates of Graceland, it's been renamed Elvis Presley Boulevard, a whole glittering fairground full of shops and stalls selling hollow relics to the teeming tourists.
Y'all should decide to get any souvenirs. Y'all find them a lot cheaper at the first store this side of the laundry. That's where the yellow coupon goes, but store the flags right on there on the corner.
Well, we're here just opposite Graceland, but even here, the still small voice of the cash register can be heard. Actually, can be heard pretty definitely, in fact. We've got here some things that the team have gathered from around the place, and some of them are just sort of plain ludicrous. I mean, if I was Elvis, I don't know that I would want to be remembered with a rubbish bin. I mean, that wouldn't have been my first choice, and I hope someone will take a note of that. But this is a rather unusual guitar. It doesn't play very much, but it plays a merry tune on the cash register, about £6. Then there's the things here that are just sort of amazingly priced. This is a towel, which in England, I guess this quality of towel you could get for £2, and you have to decide whether the design is worth the difference, which is from £2 to about £6. Maybe with this design you'd say it's worth £1. Anyway, there are frisbees here. Now, frisbees in New York cost $1. Last time I bought a frisbee, I don't do it all the time, but last time I did $1.
How many of you guys have like one of these? An Elvis towel, Elvis frisbees? What? I didn't even know those existed. Wow.
These are $2.25, these frisbees. Now plates, Royal Dalton, Wedgwood, they can be damned expensive, and
okay, hold on.
This one is...
How many of y'all have an Elvis plate in your house? I really want to know how many, and do y'all eat on them, or do you guys have them for decoration? If you have Elvis plates, do you eat on them, or are they just there, or do you just have them for decoration? I'm pretty sure you guys have them for decoration because you're not about to eat on Elvis's face like that. Pause.
$10.95, but That doesn't sound, like a Royal Dalton or a Wedgwood to me. And it comes in at $10.95, which in other words, the current rate of exchange is about £5, very nearly £5. And here are one of the mugs that you can buy. But since the price of this particular mug is $9.95, again, between £4 and £5, it's clear that the purchases as well are intended to be mugs into the bargain. Well, bargain probably is an inappropriate word, actually. Now, to be fair, I suppose if you look around the world at the religious shrines of people all around the world, you'll find shops that attempt to sell things, cash in on the devotion of the faithful. You'll find that all over the world. But there's a difference here, and the difference is a simple one. It's this, that in the case of the founder of one great religion, in any case, he threw the money changers out of the temple itself. In this case, alas, it's very clear that the money changers are very much in control, still, inside the temple. Well, now you're all about to go into Graceland right on this Memorial Day, and we'll come over with all of you because it looks as though you've got to queue up for a little while, doesn't it? The fans come from all over, from Japan, from Canada, from Australia, and from England. There's an Elvis Presley fan club in every major city in the world, 600 in America alone, and over 50 branches in England. On this day, the privileged faithful flock here to Memphis to visit the gravesites of Elvis and his family. For all of them, he means something special. Beth was right. He touched their lives. What did you all feel when you were up over there at the grave?
Oh, it was very empty. Although it was packed, it was very empty.
Were you...
Can't really explain, can it?
You can't explain, really.
Yeah. It is difficult to explain, isn't it? But I mean, did the emotion waves come over you too?
Oh, yes, definitely. Yeah, it really did. There is no words to explain it. I don't know.
Is it a sense of loss or what is it?
Yes, it's empty. It's an empty feeling. Something's gone out of your life. You've lost something.
Have you ever felt that about any other entertainer?
Oh no. Nothing like it. It feels like a personal loss. This is so everybody. It feels like a personal loss. It's incredible, really.
No, I felt choked, and as I walked away, I suddenly saw the big cross that used to be on his mother's grave, and that really sort of brought it home strong then. And I did, sort of had a bit of a sniffle.
Wise men say only fools rush in, but I can't help falling in love with you.
What's the feeling that strikes you when you actually arrive here?
Very sad.
Very sad.
Yes.
We've never seen so many flowers. There's so many beautiful tributes.
There's none of that here.
Why is that? Sorry.
Because it's respect for Elvis right there. We don't like it right here.
Okay, so we can do it here,
Do
obviously.
it off the ground. Anything off the ground, you can do it. You cannot do it on the ground right here.
What is the reason?
Respect. You think it's right to do that in front of a guy's tombstone right there?
It's only respect.
That's right.
It's not for commercial reasons.
Wait, what is he talking about? Recording? Is he talking about recording in front of his grave?
There is a terrible...
We don't even allow that kind of camera up here.
There's a terrible rumour that you've sold the rights to the grave to Warner Brothers and to film companies. Now, that can't be true.
I'm just telling you, if you're going to give me a hard time, I'll have to ask you to leave, okay? Either you do it nicely, or either way is fine. I'm just trying to be nice.
Do you guys know who this is? Who are you? And who are you to tell them that they can't record? Like, that...
Nice to you, just none of that here. And I'm just asking you.
When did that start?
It's been like that, sir. We have never had that here in front of the grave.
I don't think that's true.
Are you calling me a liar?
I'm saying I don't think it's true.
Will you come here, okay? Y'all come here for a second. All three of you guys.
Within seconds, another of the Graceland guards confirmed the story.
Because there's already a contract for a film. He cannot be filming up here.
So even here, Mammon claims his due. And somehow it all seems worse in the light of the fans' total devotion. These are the...
Well, at least the security card actually confirmed it. Because I think you guys told me that too. But it's just the simple fact, like, it's not like he was disrespecting Elvis, you know? Like, he's filming a documentary. So, or he was filming a documentary. So it's not so disrespecting Elvis. It's showing if you guys know what I'm trying to say, then, but I don't think he should. I think he should have just said, security said that you guys can't record, and it's been like that. I feel like he was coming off more as bossy with it. You guys let me know if I'm like tripping or not. But to me, he came off kind of bossy.
Yes.
These are leaves that you're going to take. These leaves from the grounds here at Graceland. You're going to take them back home, are you?
Take them back home to the children. They asked me to get bagfuls, but I can't because you can't get over the wall.
Oh, I see. And what was your feeling as you looked at the grave?
Oh, I don't know. I was just overcome.
You were?
Yes. I couldn't see really for tears.
You couldn't see?
No. So moving.
And do you think about him every day?
Oh, yes. Never a day goes by without I think of him.
One couple from Gateshead saved something special for Elvis.
We've just come from downtown where we just went through a wedding ceremony. So we're now Mr. and Mrs. It's a lot quicker than what we expected, really.
Would you believe that yesterday this girl was in my arms and swore to me she'd be mine eternally, and Marie's the name of his latest flame. Yeah, Marie's the name.
It doesn't soak in yet. I think it'll be better when I get home. I'll realise then, you know, and have a reception and everything.
And a fitting end to the remembrance.
You'll realize that Elvis Presley stands for those things that are good, those things that are right with this country. And without any further ado, on behalf of the government of Memphis and of Shelby County, on behalf of the citizens of Memphis and Shelby County and of the Mid-South, on behalf of the citizens of the world, I accept this statute and take great pleasure in unveiling it so that all of the world may come and view it and take inspiration from it. Thank you very much.
I believe I travel much more than this. I did it my way.
Elvis Elvis's fans are decent, down-to-earth people. In their hero, perhaps they seek something outside themselves, something glamorous and free-spirited.
I did what I had to do, saw it through without exemption.
Elvis, the archetype of the local boy next door made good, gives them faith and something to cry for.
Along the byway, oh, and more, much more than this, I didn't mind.
Do you like the statue?
Oh, it's beautiful. Yes, it really is.
What do you like about it?
Everything.
Everything. What do you think of the statue?
It's fabulous. It's gorgeous. I've never seen Elvis live, but that's beautiful, that is.
When Elvis met his fans, which he rarely did, he was like Aladdin to the little old lady found kicking tires in a Cadillac lot. He gave a limousine. To the radio announcer who reported it and added his own request, another car. America particularly is a land that loves heroes, from rags to riches, people who don't forget where they've come from. Elvis fulfilled their unobtainable dreams for them. Will there ever be anybody like him, do you think?
Never, never. There was only one Elvis. There was only one singer I thought in the whole world, and that was Elvis, to me.
Is this your first trip to Memphis?
Yes.
And do you think there'll ever be another Elvis?
No. Never.
Will there ever be another singer who you feel the way you do about Elvis?
No, never. There's only one Elvis. And that'll be forever.
From Memphis, the caravan moved on to Elvis's birthplace, 100 miles south, over the Tennessee border, Tupelo, Mississippi.
Local boy makes good. Elvis, the Elvis Presley, king of rock and roll, returns to Tupelo, Mississippi. Advance sales of his new disc topped the million, a record of the record business. The local girls went crazy. One leapt on the stage and the cops had to stop her from jumping on his blue suede shoes. They just love him to death.
I'm a U.S. male. I was born in a Mississippi town Sunday morning. Now, Mississippi just happens to occupy a place in the southeastern portion of this here United States. Now, that's a matter of fact, buddy. You know it well. So I just call myself the U.S. male. That's M-A-L-E, son. That's me. Now, I said all that to say all this. I've been watching the way you've been watching my men stand.
The police department turn out in force for the season's most colourful event, the Elvis fans. Folks say nothing so exciting has happened here since the fans took in Tupelo last year. First stop in Tupelo is a visit of honor to the city's principal attraction, the downtown shopping mall.
Okay, Elvis Presley's An American Trilogy, and the big hand you hear in the background, of course, from the Elvis Presley International Fan Club visiting our fair city. Beautiful bunch of people here with us today. Let me find out a little bit about you. What is your name, please, ma'am?
Millie Slaney.
And Millie, where are you from?
Dagenham, London.
From London. Well, what do you do back home?
Oh, I'm an housewife. I don't work.
Well, it's nice having you visited here. Okay, let's get back to some more music now with Elvis Presley.
Oh, you're not allowed to say you love me just because you're
be a part of it. From the Tupelo Mall, 44 stars, services, shops, and marvelous people are happy to be of service to you in complete air-conditioned comfort.
The town of Tupelo has refurbished Elvis's birthplace in what is now called Elvis Presley Park, a little clapboard shack. Elvis may have lived his adult life in Memphis, but the folks around here love his memory too. And the fans are sure welcome. It's when you actually come here to Tupelo, Mississippi, and look at that two-bedroom shack behind me, which is where Elvis Presley was born, that all those phrases about the simple, small-town background really take on a new life. And of course, when he made it big, his joys were the small-town joys as well. The sudden, impulsive gifts to friends and strangers, the fascination with flashy large cars, 14 Cadillacs bought in one day. In addition to that, the guns, the jewels, the girls. He was doing it his way. But then later on, of course, things changed. He became a prisoner of his own fame, or at least of his own unreal perception of his own fame. A prisoner of his advisors who thought inaccessibility was good for his image, even if it was hell for his life. A prisoner of the lackeys and the sycophants, the captive of Graceland, the man who stayed there and tried to sleep during the day, and then tried to escape from even that slender reality with massive amounts of drugs. So that at the end, ironically enough, considering how popular his recording of that song was, Elvis wasn't doing it his way anymore. Even here in homely Tupelo, the fans are asked to fork out a donation to see where the infant Elvis laid his baby head.
Home is where the heart is, and my heart is anywhere you are, anywhere you are is home. I don't need a mansion on a hill that overlooks the sea, anywhere you are is home, 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 home.
Aaron, when did you have this done?
About 2 years ago now.
About 2 years ago? What decided you to do? What did you think to yourself?
I wanted a personal tribute to Elvis, something that would last and show that I really liked the man, you know, really cared.
So now these are here to stay, are they, Aaron?
There'll be another one for next year's trip. I'm getting one done on my back. A friend of mine at work designed it.
Oh, which you're going to have on your back. What's that one going to say?
It's going to have a couple of angels on each shoulder, a scroll commemorating Elvis' birth and death, a wreath of roses, head and shoulders shot of Elvis, and 2 guitars at the bottom. A friend at work designed that for me.
Oh, terrific. Are you married, Aaron?
No.
What about if you marry a girl who can't stand Elvis Presley?
I wouldn't.
Forgive us of our sins. Keep us ever in thy grace. In Christ's name, amen.
Thank you, Wallace. On behalf of all of the citizens of Tupelo, it is indeed a pleasure for me to welcome each and every one of you to the anniversary service here today. We're proud of the park that you're visiting. It was built for the friends of Elvis Presley. It was built by his friends and fans, for his friends and fans. And we're just pleased that you can be here today with us. Elvis did a great service for the world, for America, and for Tupelo.
You saw me crying in the chapel. The tears I shed were tears of joy.
The contemporary-styled, non-sectarian chapel was built by funds from all over the world. The British fans alone collected $10,000 for their glade in this forest of light oak.
I pray the Lord that I'll grow stronger.
The chapel doesn't feel a very spiritual haven, but at least with 110 degrees outside, it is a physical one.
Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me.
The standard of performance may be fairly basic, but the fans' needs are basic too. They need to share together their love and affection for Elvis, to relish the simple stresses and experiences of their pilgrimage, and in these, the last moments of their visit to this shrine, to drain the cup of their emotions to the full.
Grace hath brought me safe thus far, and grace will lead me home.
Very moving indeed. I feel so upset. First time I've been here, but it's worth coming to. I can't help it, I just get upset because it just reminds me of Elvis. When anybody sings gospel songs, I don't want to talk about it.
This is sadder for you in a way than Memphis, is it?
Yes, because, I feel, you're closer to him here. I do anyway, I feel more than what I did at Graceland.
Amazing Grace is it's very touching.
And it brings back memories of Elvis, particularly for you, does it? Hmm? Did you find it more moving almost than Memphis to be here? Was it something to do with being here? Was that something to do with it, do you think?
Yes, it was.
So near where he was born. It really just... What is it that really chokes you up? The thought that he's gone, or what?
I don't think he's gone. He's not gone.
He hasn't gone from your life, you mean?
No, never. We were just saying the other day, just can't believe that we're here. It's been great. And I'm going to come back here and live here.
And live here?
Yeah.
What, to live close to where Elvis was? Or still is?
I got the opportunity to live 4 miles away from Graceland. And if I can, I am. Definitely.
So you'll be even closer to where he was. But wherever you are, as far as you're concerned...
He's around me all the time. When I work, when I sleep. Every time. All the time.
Well, some of the things that you've seen and heard in the course of this program you've probably found as bizarre as I have, but at the end of the pilgrimage I have one fact to report that I didn't expect to be reporting when we set out, namely that for the pilgrims this pilgrimage works. It works for the faithful. The visit to their idol shrines, the sighting of the relics, all of these things, and the sharing of experiences too. They've filled a need for them, left them happier than they were when we set out, and they're all, almost all of them anyway, vowing to return. Now, whether that would all work for anyone else, I don't know. Whether it'll continue to have the same mystic power for them, I don't know. But the extraordinary fact remains that in the hearts of the 350 people here, that he's somehow or other reached. Elvis remains as alive, as vibrantly alive, today as he ever was.
Love me tender, love me sweet, never let me go. You have made my life complete, and I love you so. Love me tender, love me true, all my dreams fulfill. For my darling, I love you, and I always will. Love me tender, love me true, all my dreams fulfill. For my darling, I love you, and I always will. Love me tender, love me dear, tell me you are mine. I'll be yours.
Alright, you guys, that's the end of He Touched Their Lives. I loved it. I loved hearing about how much Elvis impacted their lives, and hearing about it and seeing how much he impacted their lives. Just seeing them say, like that one woman who said that she said he's not dead, he's still here with me. I don't know if she meant in spirit or like real life. I'm pretty sure she's talking about in spirit. And then seeing them go to Graceland and seeing them go to the birthplace, and I really loved it. I really loved it. I hope you guys enjoyed watching this with me. It was absolutely great. I hope you guys enjoyed watching this with me. If you did, smash that like button. Comment down below what other Elvis reactions you guys would like to see. And if you do not want to miss any other Elvis reactions I have on the way for you guys, smash that subscribe button and turn on that post notification bell. Once you turn on the post notification bell, make sure to hit all, so you get all of my notifications, and you can be in the live premiere on my next Elvis reaction goes live. While at it, go check out my very last Elvis reaction, which is on his birthday. My reaction to remembering Elvis on his 89th birthday, and the Elvis Presley I think it was the Elvis Presley proclamation. That video, those videos will be over here, or that full video will be over here. So go check that out. I hope you guys enjoyed that one, and I'll see you guys in my next Elvis reaction. I'm out. Big.